A lot of people are hitting the panic button on the Chicago Bears after starting 1-2 and on a 2-game losing streak, losing to the worst run defense in the NFL, not even putting up over 100 yards of rushing. And there's a lot of questions about leadership right now. Miscommunications yesterday, no offensive line help, and it just looks absolutely terrible, along with some of the free agents that we brought in and how they're performing. Questions. I have a lot of them today on this Overreaction Monday after the Bears' 16-21 loss to the Indianapolis Colts. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, thank you for tuning in. I'm not going to mess around today, guys. Before we begin today's show, hit that like button if you want change for the Chicago Bears immediately, along with commenting what change that you want to see first in order for this team to get out of this situation. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's hit 18,400 before Week 4 against the Rams. So, is Matt Eberflus the guy? I mean, 11-26 through his first 27 games as a Chicago Bears head coach. That's not a good start for the Chicago Bears team, especially after all the improvements that we made. We should be at least 2-1 right now. Though we have a top 5 defense, thanks to Flus over the last 15 games, according to ESPN, which is great. There's no doubt he's built this thing. You can't just win in the NFL with just defense anymore. His offenses have never ranked above 24th in the league so far. We are just not moving the ball at all. And even after a huge day from Caleb Williams yesterday, Flus looks like he didn't really have anything to do with that. We learned, too, that Justin Fields was a huge reason why this Bears team was a top 2 rushing offense over the last couple of seasons, because we're not having Caleb run the ball at all anymore. And guess what's happening? We are almost dead last in rushing at the moment. Here are my issues that I'm dealing with Matt Eberflus, because he's not taking control as the head coach, not talking to Shane Waldron, not talking to Chris Morgan. I mean, Eric Washington and him seem to be on the same page. Defensive-minded guys. Why the defense is also doing so well. But here are my issues yesterday with Flus. He doesn't seem to have any involvement with the offense. Shane Waldron looks to be in complete and total control, and I respect a boss when they respect their peers under them and who that reports into them. That's a trust thing. But I know it's also week 3. But guys, Flus needs to be like, what are you guys doing? Why are we running on 4th down? Why am I approving this on 4th down too? Flus should have never approved the 4th and goal call where it was in pistol, where DeAndre Carter was going against blocking an edge. Completely unacceptable play by the Chicago Bears there. I mean, I like that the offense was working at the end, but in the beginning, there were so many questionable calls that I just think the Chicago Bears and Matt Eberflus need to address immediately. But a thing that he does have control of and who's playing and who's not. And why the heck has Rashawn Johnson ever been in healthy scratch this season so far? He didn't play week 1 against the Titans, but also he didn't even play in the second or third quarters yesterday against the Indianapolis Colts. Dude was moving the ball yesterday, 3.8 yards per carry. Also on top of it, averaged over 8 yards per catch. He's not the fastest, but he's a solid running back that reminds me a lot of how Matt Forte ran, just without the burst, and he keeps fighting for every single yard. Honestly, guys, best running back on the roster right now. Khalil Herbert and DeAndre Swift haven't done anything. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But you have to credit Flus that he is not in a good way either, that he is not playing the best players out there. Shane Waldron, I don't know what you're doing either thinking this, but Flus should be scratching his head now at Shane Waldron for not using Rashawn Johnson more. And also some of the different play calling. Also, Matt Eberflus, the wasted timeout due to miscommunication in the second half, not the first half, the second half on that 2-point conversion. That should have never happened. Bears could have had that key timeout at the end of the game, could have gave them another opportunity, but just overall drove me absolutely insane that we lost that timeout. But Matt Eberflus should have a red hot seat in Chicago right now. Completely unacceptable. I am so annoyed with him. I don't care that he has a top 5 defense. Eric Washington can be the defensive coordinator, and they'll do just as fine as well. But Flus seats red hot right now, and I want to hear if you guys want him fired or not. Now let's go over to Ryan Poles, who I am actually very bothered by right now. I know I talk very highly of Poles because he's built everything on this roster, but the most important part, and the part that he played in the NFL, in offensive line, I am so disappointed. I mean, look at this. 4 of our guys laying on the ground. You checking out Indianapolis's turf? Come on, man. Being a former lineman and working with the Chiefs and seeing how well Patrick Mahomes has done, you know that a key offensive line is going to lead to success for your quarterback. Caleb Williams is running for his life, making plays for himself, and that's great. But he's buying you time. You should be on the phones right now, calling every single team, offering second-round picks for the best linemen that you can get. Bears, obviously, I want them to use first-round picks on offensive line next year. I don't care anymore. You have picks. Send them. Get a line because you're going to kill this kid. He's going to develop bad habits just like Justin Fields. I mean, look at this offensive line. You also kept Chris Morgan. That's another big issue too. Braxton Jones is not a top 15 left tackle, not even a top 20 left tackle. I've been saying this for a while that he's not the answer, and I know everyone's like he's above average. We can't deal with average because he stinks. That's just it right there. Tevin Jenkins not having a good year, especially in a contract year too, which kind of shocks me. Not even getting over a 60 PFF grade, multiple penalties, looks confused and frustrated out there, frustrated with Chris Morgan. Not going to work. Coleman Shelton, not the Super Bowl center that we thought he was going to be. And he's even frustrated. He had some big comments yesterday saying how, hey, like I just go out there and block. So clearly they're upset with some of the play calling that's going on, just like us as fans. Nate Davis, complete flop as a free agent. I'm happy Flus took the authority and took him out because Matt Pryor was in there who did okay. But Nate Davis, another big swing in the miss. He is not the guy that we wanted to get from the Tennessee Titans. And Darnell Wright, I'm starting to get worried about because considering the fact that he had a huge rookie season and he is regressed significantly, you know, it's not good. Jones, Wright at the tackles, not looking good. And they didn't have DeForest Buckner yesterday. So plenty of picks and money that you've spent on other areas of the game. I love Odunze, 110 plus receiving yards, but you should have used that 9 pick now at this moment on a left tackle because I can't do this. Like I'm so disappointed in Ryan Poles for not asserting this and making the comment this is the best offensive line I've had. No, it's not. This is terrible. There's been no progression over the last 3 years with the offensive line. Ryan Poles needs to make a change immediately. And before we get more in today, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Lucy. Lucy nicotine pouches come in a variety of different great flavors and strains for all different types of needs. Great for a day on the golf course. Great for, relaxing after work or getting your day started. This stuff is great. I think that if you're trying to get rid of smoking, you're trying to do something new, but still get that nice nicotine buzz, absolutely you should try Lucy. And to spread the love, I'm helping you guys get 20% off your order. They have a 30-day return rate along with free shipping to anywhere in the continental U.S. Make sure you go to the link in the description now to get 20% off using code JAYCHI today. All right, let's go into Shane Waldron a little bit. Okay, obviously big problems there as well. The pistol formation again on 4th and goal, where we could have been having a lead. Bears could have won this game if it wasn't for some very questionable calls by Shane Waldron. But this is what I want to say. I know he had Caleb Williams throw for other 360 yards. Most passing yards by a Bears quarterback in 8 years. Very sad. More yards than Justin Fields ever threw in a game. Great. You did a lot of it in garbage time. That's a big problem. On top of it, you had the worst run defense in the Indianapolis Colts, and you couldn't get more than 100 yards? Shane, what are you doing? We went out and spent money for you to get DeAndre Swift as a running back. You're also not making him work, and he's not looking very good so far. You held these scratch for Rashawn Johnson for the first couple of games, and then he has a big game against the Colts, and you don't play him in the second and third quarter. And Khalil Herbert, you put in on a 3rd and 1 again to try to rush the ball when you have Rashawn Johnson who's bigger, stronger, and better at bullying through. Come on. What are you doing? I honestly am very questionable by some of the calls that Shane Waldron is making. He is not a rookie offensive coordinator. We've seen success in the Seattle Seahawks. Unacceptable work here. I like that he got Cole Kmet going. I like that he got Odunze going in garbage time. Remember, in garbage time. 52 pass attempts, too, for Caleb Williams. Where is the balance is all I got to say. Very disappointed in Shane Waldron. Yes, 26 first downs. Unbelievable. That's your last 2 games put together. The problem is, though, Shane, most of those came in garbage time again. I think that Shane Waldron either needs to go or be heavily disciplined by Matt Eberflus. And again, why I'm saying Matt Eberflus is also on a hot seat. He should be sitting Shane Waldron down and be like, we got to fix this thing. We got to fix it fast. I would have loved to have that in-season Hard Knocks and saw the tension that's in House Hall right now, which isn't healthy, but unacceptable work by Shane Waldron the last couple of games. And guys, a one that I think not enough people are talking about right now is DeAndre Swift looking like a bust so far. I mean, not good this was his game to break out, and I do blame Shane Waldron to a degree and the offensive line. But if you're an $8 million man, one of the top running backs in the league, you should be able to make opportunities for yourself. 37 carries for 68 yards so far this season, a 1.8 yard per carry average. Just not good stuff. One of the highest paid backs in the leagues. That's unacceptable with or without a good offensive line. Rashawn Johnson had a really nice game yesterday and should have been out there more than DeAndre Swift was. I want this team to do well, and DeAndre Swift starting to look like a bust to me. I hate saying that too, but it's something that I got to call out. A little bit concerned. If he does not have a big game against the LA Rams, I'm looking at a little bit of a bad situation for the Chicago Bears. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. But guys, bear down. we got this out. This was a good vent session. I'm sure you guys are venting in the comment section right now. Tomorrow, more of a breakdown about what the Bears can be doing differently. The Bears do have a tough opponent this upcoming week against the LA Rams, who just came off a big win against the San Francisco 49ers. Something to call out. Bears need to win this week. We need to get back to 500. We need to get the gas pedal going. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video if you want change immediately to this team, and comment who you want to. But with that, thank you as always for doing this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, bear down, baby.